Bladesmiths, welcome to the Forge. Today, we pay a little tribute to Tinseltown, La La Land, better known as Hollywood. Movies such as Zorro, The Expendables, and The Hunted have featured not only the work of great knife makers, but have also inspired others to engage in the craft. Which of you has been inspired by a movie or film?
Conan.
Lord of the Rings.
Well, gentlemen, in keeping with that theme, today you will not be making signature blades in your signature style. Instead, we'll be giving you an 8-inch piece of W1 round stock from which to forge this. The Rambo Survival Knife. Your 3-hour forge time starts now.
Big Blue's kind of just a dream to work with. It's not really throwing around my steel, and it's hammering it out like I thought it would.
Tristan doing a pretty good job. It looks like he's got his drawing over at his workstation as well. I wonder if he's redrawing his diagram onto his workstation.
Parameters, write those parameters down where you're gonna see them again and again and again.
I'm definitely nervous, but I know that I've done things like this before. I just gotta not let my mind get to me on this.
Forging, to me, is the beauty of knife making. And once I see this blade take shape, I just go at it, and I know exactly what to do, and I'm very, very comfortable doing it.
Mike's doing a fantastic job. He's moving around this forge like he owns it.
Yeah.
Once I get my blade roughly to shape, I realize I have too much steel. I need to set aside a certain amount of time so I can use it wisely.
Bladesmiths, you have just 60 minutes remaining to finish your blades.
I got my file work going. I got my the 3 inches and a little bit more, just in case, marked off, and I'm gonna work toward the middle. The parameters are a big deal for me, and it kills me to see contestants go home because they don't meet parameters. It just kills me. So I'm gonna learn from the guys who came before me, their mistakes, and I'm gonna make sure that I meet the parameters. All right, little big guy. And while the blade's getting hot, I'm gonna go over to the scrap pile and get me a couple of pieces of angle iron. No need to risk warps, so my blade is gonna be nice and straight.
Doug did something interesting. He's got 2 pieces of angle iron in a vise right here in anticipation for a warp.
If nothing else, I'm gonna present a straight knife to the judges.
Whoa, that was a hot blade that Doug just put in his quench. Did you see the core of that was still red hot?
I have a relatively straight blade. I've met all these parameters, so I'm pretty confident.
Brian is going for a quench, it looks like.
I'm just stirring it around using these tongs that I'm not used to. And sure enough,
Brian just sent his blade to the bottom of the quench tank.
Oh, no.
It could be a critical mistake at this point. It may be nothing but cracks.
it's not an ideal scenario at all. So you just do what you have to do. Let's see, how far down is it?
Brian, do not flash boil your arm.
You're solving problems when things aren't going your way.
No burns. Good to go.
Every smith that comes in here, that $10,000 is theirs for the taking. And right here, you have a guy who's smiling and grinning, and yet hasn't quenched his blade, and there's only 40 seconds left on the clock. This is a $10,000 gamble.
Why do you wait for last minute? Now, if plan A doesn't work, you got to plan B, but do you have time to do all that?
If I don't get this blade hard, then I am out of here.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bladesmith, shut down your machines. Pull your blade out of the quench. This first round of competition is over. All right, Bladesmiths, what we've got here is a failure to communicate. This is an unusual situation here on Forged in Fire.
I see 2 of our knives on there. What are they doing?
I see my blade and I see Tristan's blade, and the judges are mad dogging us, and I'm thinking, okay, what's going on here?
The judges have evaluated your work, and believe it or not, 2 of your blades failed to meet parameters.
Doug, you failed because the measurement of your blade at the base measures 1 7/8 inches. That's 1 little 1/8 of an inch shy of the 2-inch measurements that were required. Tristan, you failed because your blade, as measured from the tip to the plunge grind, is only 10 5/8 inches long. That's 1 3/8 inches short of the 12-inch minimum.
Brian, Mike, your blades met all of our parameters. You'll be moving into the second round of competition. Tristan, Doug, since today is a Hollywood-themed competition, we've come up with something a little bit more dramatic. Your blades are entering a sudden death match.
Honestly, my heart stops.
2 blades enter, 1 blade leaves. Your knives will be tested on merit, and you must earn a spot in the next round or go home. We're gonna meet you on the testing floor.
This sudden death test is most definitely going to probably be brutal. This is literally a make or break moment for my knife.
Congratulations, gentlemen. You have the dubious distinction of being our first 2 smiths to have a sudden death elimination. I'm going to be taking your blades and batoning them into this industrial nut. Whoever's knife takes the most damage will be asked to leave the forge. Tristan, you're up.
I can't control myself right now. My leg is just going like 50 miles an hour, shaking, and I'm terrified that something awful's gonna happen to my blade.
Tristan, you can see those shiny spots where I made the impacts. This one here and this one here, there's no edge damage. The one in the middle, I actually torqued the edge a little bit out of alignment. You can hear it. Other than that, the blade held up very well.
Thank you, sir.
Doug, you're up.
Tristan's blade did really nice in the test. And we took a little bit of damage. That's going to be a tough act to follow.
All right, Doug, you can see that there's a little discoloration here and here, the first and the third hit. You left a piece of your blade in that nut over there, and you can see the chunk it took out of your blade.
Tristan, Doug, your blades have been tested. It's time for one of you to leave. Doug, your blade took the most damage, and I have to ask you to please leave the forge.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. The damage that it took and that it didn't meet the parameters, that's all on me. I'll own that. I tell you what, though, I've made less than 100 knives, and I'm proud of what I did.